my daddy's make it hurt.
Hey, good morning. What on? Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the time show. What's going on? I have not been able to get with you guys. I had some few issues. I missed my date on Monday. And I apologize for that, but emergencies come. And that's what happened. So I was not able to be with you on Monday. I hope you guys will come in. Of course, I can't see you. Hope that you would share this to those who may be up. I know it's early, of course, but this is what the ride is all about. I'm on my way in to work. Hope that you guys will give me a chance here to hang with your boy here. And let's talk Cowboy football real quick. Sorry, I can't. Let me see here. Okay, there we go. All right. Go ahead and share if you don't mind. Real quick this morning. This will not be a long show. We're going to go ahead and get straight to the point, and then we will let you have the rest of your day. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Forgive me, I'm trying to share with my other phone. So I already know what some of y'all going to say. Be careful, you driving, which I am. Hope that you would help me by sharing to the groups. If you want to consider this little podcast, you can by using star Facebook, the super chat button on YouTube, or you can use, of course, the Cash App, which is $ the Big Time Show. Not a requirement, but the least that you can do for sure, you can, without a doubt, hit that like button, and that's more important to me than anything. What it does, it helps us out with reaching people that we wouldn't even imagine, people that, will never, you just never know who might reach your content. And so I hope that you would do that. Help your boy out there. All right, let's talk. Good morning, everybody. I don't see your comments, but good morning. I hope that you would give a round of applause to the Jones family. Give a round of applause to the Jones family. You can't expect everything, but at least they did something. They did something. They whetted your appetite with this free agency talk. They got you all excited. They did that, and It's cool. They did that. Forgive me, I'm sharing real quick, so still sharing. So give me a chance here. Give them a round of applause. Let's just be honest. Whether you feel like free agency was great or it was just, mediocre or average, whatever the case may be, uh, what you would have to admit is that they did probably more this year than they ever did. No doubt about that. I have to give them credit. I have to give them credit. They did, in my view, make a few impactful moves, and then they did a whole lot of depth. Depth for the roster, which is what free agency is designed for. You know, can't knock that. You know what I'm saying? They did what a lot of other people do. It's just that the Cowboy fan base expects the world. They expect a Super Bowl roster. They expect everybody. You know what I'm saying? They want all pros and every signing and all that type of stuff. But in actuality, it's really not. It's not in reality at all. Uh, and some of you guys are very upset with that, and you shouldn't be. But I understand your dilemma. But I'm gonna give them a round of applause because are they did something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jay Brown, I'm kind of snowing up. The redhead. Oh my God. Okay. To answer your question, I'll do Coca-Cola. Okay. So this is what I want to tell you guys, because although there are no press conferences, and although the Cowboys essentially really this off season has been rather quiet, the clues are showing me uh, what I expected the whole time. There are some things now, Cowboy fans, you're just gonna have to let go. Here's one of them. Obviously, I think we all need to let go of getting a wide receiver number 2 from free agency. I think the time has come now where you just need to say, okay, they had chances, they didn't do it, and it's not the Cowboys' fault. I'm gonna come to their defense. It's not their fault. It just wasn't probably never in the plan. Okay, you gotta let it go. So let me go and make my. Of course, this is my opinion. Let me go ahead and just make this, I guess, opinionated status here. I believe that we can let go of Keenan Allen. I believe we can let go of the thought of whoever else, Amari Cooper. As of yesterday, for those of you that like Stefon Diggs, we all know that's gone. He's gone now. Uh, to the Patriots, of course, who signed yesterday, signed a big contract. A man coming off an ACL injury, who we don't really know if his knee is right. We don't know where he really is. And yet he got a $69 million contract for 3 years. I believe $26 million is guaranteed. And so that's huge. That's 20-some million a year. And let's just be realistic. The Cowboys are too cheap to do that. They know what a certain caliber of player, what he demands. They do know that. And the price tag, from my thoughts, is just a little bit too deep for the Jones family. So if Stefon Diggs got 3 years, $69 million, what in the world you think Keenan Allen is gonna get? You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying we need to let it go. I believe the Cowboys answer, and to be honest with you, whatever answers, or excuse me, whatever questions that you and I may have when it comes to the draft, um, all of the answers will be there. I think they're done in free agency. That's just me. I think they're done. We're what, about a month away, a little less than a month away from the draft. Um, I just don't think that they've done all what they can do. They still got, I think, about $40 million. That really don't have anything to do with Michael Parsons' contract, so don't say that. It don't have anything to do with it. They'll be able to do Parsons, whatever they want to sign them for, no issue. They're gonna have to sign the draft class. Once they finish drafting, they may throw in a little, real cheap free agent, nothing worth talking about, all that type of stuff. They have to sign, the undrafted guys that they're gonna sign for the practice squad. Remember, they have to have 90 players. They got to have 90 players starting out before they start doing all the cut downs. So they're gonna spend money in that area. They got it just about where they need to get it. I don't think there's no more signings are going to happen. So I think we need to start letting it go. I believe everything else now will be done through the draft. So I think that your wide receiver 2 is coming from the draft. Now, that brings up another whole different type of story. I appreciate everybody that's popping in with me so far. If I'm not speaking to you, man, listen, don't kill me. I'm driving right now, so I'm just talking. Hit that like button for me, and I would appreciate it. The problem with the wide receiver position is that the fan base already has their guy or guys who they talk about. Everybody knows them by now. Everybody's done enough mock drafts. Everybody knows who they want. Ted McMillan, Matthew Golden, Ibuka, Luther Burden. Those have been really the 4 names that you have heard since the beginning of this thing. And those 4 names, not all of them will be there at 12. I really believe a couple of them are going to be gone, to be honest with you. And I know one for sure. And a lot of people need to go in and start getting ready if the Cowboys are. This is where it starts getting tricky a little bit. Because what we don't know is the value of their draft board. Okay? We don't know if they really got offensive linemen above wide receiver. We don't know if they got wide receiver above running back, or whichever way you want to interchange this thing. We just don't know. We're trying to force our draft boards onto theirs, and let's just be honest, they think totally different than what we do. So we don't know, but let's just assume that wide receiver will be in play, and I really believe it will be. Let me go ahead and bust some of y'all bubbles right now. If there was any doubt that Ted McMillan is the #1 receiver, he closed all that up at his pro day when he ran a 4.4 or 4.3, whichever one, 40. As big as he is, he's not all the way polished as a route runner, but he's a dominant dude. He's big. He can go get the ball. He's fast. He can blow the top off of defense. He got hands. He can do it all. He can block. He's the #1 receiver off the board. A lot of people, for some reason, think he's going to last at 12. I don't see it. Just because of the teams that are there before us, like, for instance, the New Orleans Saints. Kellen Moore is the coach. We all know that Kellen Moore loves to throw the football. We know this. Don't get fooled by Saquon's year last year. Primarily, Kellen Moore is a guy who loves to throw the football. In order to throw the football, you got to have some weapons. New Orleans has David Carr. They have Chris Olave, Levi, whatever your name is called, whatever his name is. Olave, I'm sorry. You don't believe that Kellen Moore ain't going to draft Ted at 6 or 7? You see what I'm saying? And right then and there, the New Orleans Saints, at least in the air, gonna look real good. I don't think you get past New Orleans. I'm serious. Ted stock has went up. He was already up to me. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that Ted stock has went up. That I just don't believe he's gonna get past New Orleans at 6. So I don't think he's gonna get there to 12 unless we go up and get him. And I think that's too high of a price to pay. To move up 6 spots or so, because I really believe New Orleans is going to get him. I really believe it. A lot of people, of course, want Genty. I don't think Genty's going to make it to 12. I believe the Raiders are going to get him. I'm sorry, New Orleans is 7. I think the Raiders are at 6. I think the Raiders are going to pick him up. Why? Look who their coach is. Look who their coach is. They already went and got their quarterback. They got Geno. Geno is going to be their starter. So they ain't got to worry about going to get a rookie, as most people thought they would. They're not going. I don't think they're going to get quarterback. They don't have a running game. They lost that when Jacobs left to Green Bay. They need a running back. What does Pete Carroll like to do? All right. Pete Carroll loves to run the football. Everybody knows that. And so Pete Carroll, in my view, is going to pick a running back. Who's the best running back on the board that high? Genty. So for all of you that got a dream of getting Ashton Genty, unless we go up and get him, I don't see us getting the Genty. I'm just calling like it is. Would I love him? Yeah. Would I love Ted McMillan? Yeah. But Kellen Moore is a pass-happy offensive coordinator who was forced to run the football with Saquon Barkley last year. And that's really not his identity. He loved to gun it. Ted McMillan would be a great number 2 with what New Orleans already have. The New Orleans Saints gets better immediately just by Tech being there. The Raiders get better immediately by getting Ashton Genty. So those are 2 names that Cowboy fans have been slobbering over. All right, y'all. So let's think about that. I don't see, me personally, I don't see Tech getting past New Orleans. I don't see Genty getting past the Raiders. Just because of the coaches they have, and you know what they like to do. We got too much evidence to know what Kellen Moore does. We got too much evidence to know what Pete Carroll does. So that, I mean, it would shock me if the Raiders don't get Genty, and it would shock me if the Saints don't go get Ted McMillan. It would shock me. So since I called those 2 names out, let's slide on down to 12 now. Because we're not, I think we're done. Hello to everybody that's coming in. I think we're done with free agency. If anything, if you needed a clue about the free agent as far as wide receiver 2 goes, I believe that your answer was found last night through Stefon Diggs. There's no way in the world the Cowboys are going to try. I'm not saying they were looking at Stefon Diggs. I'm not saying they were. I'm just speaking in terms of his contract. 3 years, $69 million. I believe I'm right on that. 26 guaranteed. He's getting paid over $20 million a year. The Cowboys are too cheap. They're not going to do that. And this dude coming off an ACL injury. We don't know what his knee like. We don't know what we don't know where he is. And he still pulls that type of bag. You understand? That so when you start hollering about Keenan Allen to Dallas, the hashtag that a lot of our myself included with talking about hashtag Keenan Allen to Dallas, I think we can put that to bed. Because if Diggs got that money, what in the world you think Keenan Allen's gonna ask for? I'm just saying. At some point, the price tag is just a little bit too high, too steep. Could the Cowboys pay it? Yes, but you know they're not gonna do that. I believe they're gonna be looking straight to the draft for the rest of the holes. I really believe they're done in free agency until after the draft. That's just me. Okay, so I think they're done with that. At least as of now, they've done what they've done to me. They did okay. They made some impact signings. Everything else pretty much is for depth. That's what every team does. So, when the Cowboys do it, it's more magnified than others. But every team does lower end, signings and all that type of stuff. The truth be told, just the Cowboys are the team that's led off on ESPN, and they love to highlight the quote unquote or what they feel is the negativity of the signings that we have made. So every team does it. They just don't broadcast it. You see what I'm saying? So let's just be honest about that. So in my view, let me pop back to where I was going. McMillan gonna be gone. Genty is gonna be gone in my eyes. So now we come to 12. My question is to you: if you're dedicated on getting wide receiver 2 in the first round, if that's what you're doing, my question is, do you feel Ibuka, or Matthew Golden is worth the pick at 12? And if you're saying that, my question then becomes, and we're having big fights in content creator land, at least my group, all the guys that I associate with, the DC universe. Here's the problem. Do you take Ibuka or Golden over Booker? That's my question. Because like I said, if he's there, and just by chance McMillan is there at 12, or Genty is some kind of way fall to 12, then it's easy to pick. If one of those two are there, there's your decision. You roll on. But I really don't feel like that's the case. Okay, so I just saw, hey, y'all parking. Let me see. Jay Bryan says you saw Mason Graham drop. Okay. I don't think he's gonna drop to 12, but if Mason Graham is there, I think it's a no-brainer. No brainer. If Mason Graham falls to 12, you gotta pick him. He would be the highest player on your board. Cowboys love to take BPA. They be lying about that. They just get that. Their board don't say, for instance, that Matthew. That's right. They just be lying. I ain't a Cowboy fan. My brother's in the building, part of the DC universe. He says if Genty and McMillan are gone, you trade back and recoup your fourth. That is a option as well. But if Booker is there, uh, thank you for putting me on the spot there, I ain't a Cowboy fan. There aren't too many Bookers in the draft, in fairness. But there are, even in the first 3 rounds, there are plenty of options at wide receiver if you're looking strictly for a wide receiver number 2. So if I feel like there's only one Booker there, that there's a gap there between Booker and the next guard. And I got a plethora of wide receivers that I can choose from with even in the first 3 rounds that can come in and start actually. Most people got Savion Williams at in the 3rd round. I've heard from some of our brothers that talking about uh Savion, he this and that. Listen, I ain't seen enough film on him myself. I love Savion Williams. I think if you put Savion with CD, let's go play football. It's really just that simple. Okay. So if I had the choice, I ain't a Cowboy fan, I would pick Booker. I would. I would. I would. But trading back as an option, it is. It is an option. Wouldn't have no problem with it. It just long how far it depends on where you at in the 1st round. Yeah. See, Eric, you thinking like me? Savion is if I love Savion Williams myself. I love him. I think you change the offense if you get him immediately. Uh, Another question that comes. I saw people say go get Amari Hampton at 12. Not in this chat, but I've seen that pick up a little steam and that are reaching. I'm just saying he's not projected. Oh, mostly until the 2nd round. If you draft him at 12, you reaching. So I think that's too high to draft him. Hampton, if you go on that route, I just can't see it. But really, my overall point, y'all, is this, and I'm here, so I'm going to have to go ahead and leave you in a minute. I think the time has come that I believe that the Cowboys, all eyes and attention, I think is going straight to the draft. I think they are done with with signing free agents now. I think they're done with signing free agents until maybe after the draft. And again, those signings would be for depth, not really impact. Because keep in mind, we got to get to 90 men for a roster. That's got to happen. So we're going to have a whole lot of signings. They got to sign the draft class and all that. But I really believe, especially in the area of wide receiver number 2, Diggs' contract, y'all, really, really shut the door to me because of. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't blame Steven and Jerry and these type of guys like Diggs, like Keenan Allen, like Amari Cooper. These type of guys they've earned the salary that kind of like what Diggs got based off past production, this in spite of the injury. Do y'all realize the bag that Stefon Diggs got yesterday? That tells me, man. That tells me, I mean, what, 3 years, $69 million, 26 guaranteed? Well, Keenan Allen just smiled. Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper just smiled. For real. They did. Because they're going to compare their potential signing now to Stefon Diggs. While everybody trying to devalue and bring their price down, the gift of Stefon Diggs just knocked their price back up because they're healthy. They have the same amount of production. They are still, viable options that can do damage to a defense. And now, I'm telling you, I just don't think that, I know we did all the hashtags. Y'all, I think we can retire those now. unless there's an injury. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you're gonna get them then. But Stefon Diggs just messed this up for all the dreams of Keenan Allen and maybe Cooper coming back to Dallas and all that type of stuff. I think that's dead. It's just I wouldn't pay it. I wouldn't have paid. I'm just telling y'all, I would not have paid. I wouldn't have paid Stefon Diggs that. I mean, he's just coming off ACL. We don't know where he really is with an ACL, and he got paid like like he the man. I'm just saying, no, I just can't see it. At some point we gotta just be realistic and come back to what we know Stephen Jones is. I know everybody want to act like there's a new day in Dallas. No. You got to call it like it is. The real them is gonna show up. Hey, they did well in free agency. They did more than what a lot of us thought they would do. I'm serious. So I see what y'all saying. Y'all don't worry about these people that come in here and do all that type of stuff. We good night, Munchie. Okay. Uh, you know, I don't know. African, I entertain him. Y'all let me have this moment. Good night, Munchie. We got a lot of African American quarterbacks that won Super Bowl. So, just had one just this year. And the one before that, Patrick Mahomes, just in case you didn't know, he's a black quarterback. And just in case you didn't know that, I know you're going to say, well, he has a white mother. That is true as well. But according to America, and I'm going to assume you're an American, that if you have one drop of black blood in you, for some reason, this country has said you're black. If you got one drop. So if that be the case, Patrick Mahomes lives in the Super Bowl. So your argument, but I get you talking about Dak Prescott. Hey, we haven't won the Super Bowl, but it is what it is. But we don't want to talk about that because you got a little racist tone to you. So that's another whole conversation. But appreciate you popping in, man. Next time you say something, though, real crazy, I'm gonna block you now. I don't do the racism part. I got my audience is both black, white, Italian, all that type of stuff. So be cool real quick. If you want to stay, just watch your next comments as I address you as a racist. It is what it is. Now be careful now. Don't get blocked. All right. Other than that, you're welcome to stay and talk football. All right. See how nice I am, angry Cowboy fan. See how I do that? Now I'm just gonna block them the next time. See what I'm saying? See that? I think we're done with free agency. I don't think we're gonna do anything unless Michael Parsons come up, and that's really not a free agent. That's just a re-signing. That's not a free agent. So I think we just about need to start really locking in on the draft now. I think they're done. I think everything else we need, impact players in those first 3 rounds, answers, they're gonna come from the draft. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong. And y'all know me. If I'm wrong, I'll come right here and say I was wrong. So let's just keep that in mind. All right. Let me speak to everybody that came in and hung with me for a minute. Jay Brown, I think I spoke to you. What's up, brother? The redhead. Appreciate you. Matt Thompson. Thank you for coming. Of course, my brother, the angry Cowboy fan. Gary. My brother Gary in the building. What's up? Appreciate y'all waking up early with me. Joe from Italy. My man. Appreciate you, man. These are the only people that have spoken that I'm going so far. Kelvin Hicks, how you doing, sir? Of course, I addressed the good night person. Uh, Kevin said, he said, ban. You know what? Yeah. Kevin said, I'm from Memphis. What's up? You homeboy. Kevin, what's up? Yeah, I'm a pastor. Yeah, I'm nice. I, I, I ain't gonna kill him, y'all. Some of these folks, man, that's all they for. I ain't gonna give him much more attention. I'm just gonna tell him very nicely because he has no merit in his argument because black quarterbacks don't won the Super Bowl. Dak hadn't won it. What's up, Mr. Burns? I see you. Scott Ricks, how you doing, man? Trust me, I can go in on him. Y'all know that about me. But you know what I'm saying? For all of us that played dominoes, you know what? You know what, Kevin Hicks, you right. Angry Cowboy fan said it a different way. He said, I need moderators. I thought I did. Okay, but since I don't, since he just said that, I ain't made one. Uh, y'all right. See, I'm one that can adjust. The only problem is that I am on my restream through my phone, and I don't know if I can do what needs to be done on this. Because y'all right. I don't need it's kind of like dominoes, y'all, for us that's older. Before you slap that bone down, you would say before you do it, sometimes people try to set you up. They want you to put one bone down because they know if you put it down, they know that you're going to give up more money. So they will say all money ain't good money. So in this case, all viewers aren't good viewers. And you guys are absolutely right. Don't even give place. That's what the Bible says. Don't even give room. So I just blocked Good Night Munchie. Yeah. So for his racist comment, I took him off. You guys were right. I was trying to be diplomatic. Some days you don't even need to be diplomatic for, because if he did that in front of my face, I probably had a different story. So I need to adapt those type of things like you're in front of my face. So y'all guys were right. I just blocked him. Kelvin Hicks, do you still live here in Memphis? If so, I need to meet you, man. Since you been on my show and subscribe to it, I need to shake your hand one day. You need to let me know. On that note, I'm gonna give you guys let me do this. I ain't done this in a long time. There's my email. I put it at the bottom of the screen there. If y'all want to send me an email, shoot me an idea. If I have a content creator on here and we haven't done nothing together, or obviously you don't have my phone number, you can get in touch with me that way. The big time show 3@gmail.com, and just shoot me the email, and we can connect that way, and then we'll take it further from that point. If there are any content creators on here, or we'll be looking at this later, and you ever want to know how to get in touch with me, there it is. You can do it that way, and we can connect even further at that point. We got some incredible content creators, And what I've known is, and Cowboy fan, you've already mastered this uh, better than I have. It's just that my time is so crazy these days that I can't really do what I want to do. Uh, yeah, I'm in Shelby County. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I need to hook up with you, man. Uh, and Cowboy fan, you mastered this. Uh, the more voices that you have on your show is, I mean, I already knew that, but you mastered this, and I need to kind of follow your lead. I just don't have the time. Like now, I'm doing stuff at 7 in the morning because I don't have time in the afternoon or at evening. That's why you guys haven't seen me. And I need to get with the content creators, and we need to combine these shows as we get closer to the draft. Everybody kind of know where I stand, but they need to hear people like the Angry Cowboy fan, Sports Junkie. I need to bring Boss on the show. You know, all the people that y'all love and follow, we all pretty much in the same groups. Just to give my audience to hear from them, and might lead to a nice little argument. It really ain't an argument or a debate if you want to, something like that. And we just need to start hearing from each other because all ideas count, and I think that we need to do that. So again, there's the email for you. If you want to get in touch with me personally, that's how you do it there. The Big Time Show 3 at gmail.com, and take it from there. Again, for those that haven't studied it or you just hearing about it this morning, it happened yesterday. Go look at Stefon Diggs' contract and now project that in a way to the Cowboys. I just don't think Steven or Jerry would do something like that. I think it's just too cheap. I mean, it's too much. That's what I think. And I don't blame them. Not on this time. I don't. Sure, Keenan Allen would make us way better. Sure, Cooper would do it, no doubt. But at that price, ah, I'd rather go and get younger and grow with the receiver and let's roll like that. All right, y'all. I'm out. Gotta go to work. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging with me this morning. Appreciate you guys waking up whatever time you came in. I appreciate you. Uh, oh yeah, yeah, exactly. So, Angry Cowboy fan, as you can see on the chat there, that he's think we're on the same page on that point. So I appreciate all you guys. Hey, y'all have a great day. Try to stay positive. Don't let nothing bring you down. And hey, one thing is for sure, whether you are a believer or not, if you are looking at me right now, no matter what's going on in your life, it is obvious that because you're looking at me, God has purpose for you. If he didn't, you wouldn't have woke up this morning. It's just the truth. You don't have to be a pastor, preacher like me to realize that if he woke you up this morning, it was not your alarm clock. I know plenty of people who didn't make the alarm clock. If you are breathing and you're looking at me, it is obvious that you have purpose. Now, what that purpose is, I don't know. I have no clue. All you have to do is just walk in it. As the seconds roll by, you're in purpose. That's what you need to know. And so if God cares for you enough to wake you up this morning, whether you are in tune with him, whether you communicate with him or not, and you should, but if you're not, I can tell you this beyond a shadow of doubt, you might as well agree with me. If he woke you up and he made you, which he did, and he keeping you breathing, then it's safe to say that God is still on your side. Because if you don't have it, if you don't have it right, if you don't have things right with him, he's allowing you to breathe. So if you're breathing, you got another chance to get it right. Let me stop before I start preaching. Man, y'all have a great day, man. I'm out of here. This has been the one and the only, the Big Time Show.